While the whole world is faced with COVID-19 pandemic, Rwanda too is affected and has undertaken preventive measures to avoid the further spread of the pandemic. The Protestant Council of Churches, with the support of FECLAHA, came to the aid of churches to help families during the outbreak of COVID-19, which coincided with the commemoration of genocide against the Tutsi. During the lockdown, the CPR staff took the opportunity of coming close to church members by sharing radio talk shows based on helping families to live together in harmony so as to prevent gender-based violence and counseling against trauma during the genocide commemoration period. The Secretary General of CPR, Reverend Dr. Samuel Rugambaje, in his radio messages on Radio Inhoramutima, emphasized on the role and the purpose of the Protestant churches in assisting families during the COVID time.
Habayeho guhugura cyane cyane abayobozi b'amatorero n'abagore bayobora abandi baturutse mu matorero n'amadini.
There was mainly the training of church leaders and other women representatives of both Christian and Muslim with the support of FECLAHA, which is based in Nairobi, Kenya, bringing together 10 African countries. We trained trainers of family mobilizers who will intervene in the matters of conflict and appreciated the role they played during the ongoing COVID time. The lockdown period provided the opportunity of coming together of family members where they came closer and interacted much more than before and were able to solve family issues, as you will hear individual testimonies here. Basing on the biblical teaching in the book of Samuel, chapter 25, we find examples of bad family relationships, such as that of Nabal and his wife Abigail, that of Jezebel and Ahab, and Pilate and his wife. The truth is that families cannot avoid conflicts, but it is up to members to sit down and work out best solutions, where failure to find out solutions created continuous conflicts in individual families.
Mbifurije rero kuzakurikirana ubu buhamya bwiza bwatanzwe n'aba bagiye bafasha imiryango n'aba bahuguwe kugira ngo bitubere amasomo yo kubaka ingo nziza zishimisha Imana, natwe tube mu mahoro, tube muri paradizo yo muri iyi si n'ikimana ishaka. Murakoze.
Madam Nirere Jael, the coordinator in charge of counseling in the area of HIV/AIDS matters, also shared a radio message based on equality and family union.
Uburinganire ni iki? Ni igihe abagore n'abagabo cyangwa se abasore n'abakobwa bafite uburenganzira.
Equality is when women and men or girls and boys have equal rights on every activity. During the COVID period, we encouraged members of the families to work together inclusively in all activities where all have an active role to play. What we have to emphasize upon during the commemoration time is to share with the youth about Rwanda's history and to pay more attention to the weaker ones who might be traumatized as a result. I am also requesting family members to abide by the prevention measures provided by the government, such as wearing face masks, social distancing, and to avoid unnecessary movements.
Ibyo leta tubwira kwambara agapfukamunwa, gukaraba intoki, gushyiramo za metero hagati y'umuntu n'undi, kandi birinde kujya ahantu hatari ngombwa.
CPR also aired a message based on gender-based violence, which was presented by Mr. Nkundabanu Isaac, the in charge of human resources and CPR radio station.
Kwa rero dusaba buri wese ugize umuryango kwirinda igikorwa cyose gihohotera mugenzi we.
We are requesting family members to be vigilant in fighting gender-based violence wherever it is prevalent. The most likely kind of gender-based violence we must prevent is that of sexual harassment, forced marriages, and another kind of violence is that of physical harming, and the kind of violence that brings about heartbreak that is targeted towards genocide survivors. We are therefore requesting Christians to fight against violence by counseling family members with conflicts and to share information in time.
Kaba nanone tubashishikariza gukangurira imiryango gutanga amakuru ku gihe n'ibyo babona bishobora kubyo babona bishobora gutera amakimbirane.
Another radio talk show presented by Reverend Bisanze Clever in charge of peace building, Christian norms and the youth was based on what the Bible teaches about violence and equality.
Muri iki gihe cy'icyorezo cya COVID-19,
during the COVID period, the church has the responsibility of helping victims of violence and to help them out of stigmatization. The church has the capacity to take people out of stigmatization and loneliness through training, counseling, and the evangelism, as we read from the book of John, chapter 8, verses 1 to 11, which talks about the kind of violence subjected to mainly women.
biratwereka uburyo ijambo ry'Imana rirwanya ihohoterwa cyane cyane rikorerwa abagore.
Some of those trained by CPR in collaboration with FECLAHA during the COVID period assisted many families that were faced with conflicts to live together in harmony.
Abaturanyi bagiranye ikibazo. Umugabo n'umugore bakuze barashwana.
During this COVID time, my elderly neighbors aged about 60 years had a conflict where the wife was accusing the husband of not providing for the family, yet he has the money, which she claimed he was spending on other women, to the extent that they were about to divorce. I learned about it and approached, counseled them, and later the man sought for forgiveness from his wife and they were able to peacefully solve the conflict.
Umukecuru aratuza asaba umugabo imbabazi amahoro arahinda rwose nta kibazo.
Muri iki gihe cya COVID urabona nk'abantu benshi ntibakundaga kubana n'abafasha babo mu ngo.
During the COVID time, since there was little time for the couples to interact, some of them had difficult to get used to keeping together. For instance, I am neighbors with a working couple, but none of them knew the other's bank account. During the lockdown, they ran out of money, and after some time, the husband came home with some money, and the wife demanded where he got the money from. So the wife found out the husband was a member of a saving group, which would loan him the money on the condition that the wife signs for the loan. She refused to sign since she did not know the husband was a member of the saving group. So I learned about the case and I brought them together and counseled them and finally accepted to have the same bank account which solved the conflict.
Nyuma ya COVID ubuzima bwarakomeje kandi bimeze neza.
Cyane cyane muri COVID nahuye na cases zitandukanye.
During the lockdown period, I encountered a case where there was infidelity in the married couple that brought mistrust among the couple. The wife accused the husband of sleeping with other women, which made her also revenge by going to sleep with other men, which brought chaos that even neighbors learned of it. This is how I came to learn of their case. I approached the wife as we were friends. She told me it was too heavy to bear as it went into even sleeping with housemates. She couldn't handle it anymore and decided to move to her own house. As I talked to the wife, I requested her to come back to her family and gave me a condition that she would come back if only I talked to her husband and was ready to change. I talked to both of them and found out that the root cause was that the lady was into business and never had time for the husband. They all promised to change and they are living happily as per this report.
Nabashije gukemura amakimbirane y'umuryango umwe wari ufite ibibazo bishingiye amakimbirane ashingiye ku gitsina.
It is great that I was able to settle down the conflict of a couple where the husband was HIV positive and the wife was not. So every time the husband wanted unprotected sex, the wife refused, which triggered the husband to think she sleeps with other men, but the truth was the wife was scared of being infected. The wife let this out to me, and I requested the husband to listen to the wife as to why she behaves the way she does, and found out that it was just protection. They promised always have protected sex. They do, and they are enjoying their lives again.
One of those trained by Feklaha, Bishop Evariste Mugabo, heading the Lutheran Church, said that they learnt a lot from the training. After the training, we helped our Christians to settle the conflicts, be it in families or church members, through pastors and evangelists. As we all know, during the time of COVID-19, many people lost their jobs and they couldn't easily take it in, which has also caused misunderstandings.
ahubwo noneho twigisha abantu ko bagomba kwikuramo ibisubizo kugira ngo basangize ibyo bafite bagenzi babo badafite icyo bafite.
Not only did COVID-19 bring misunderstandings and family conflicts, it also hindered genocide survivors from going to memorial sites where they buried their loved ones. They expressed appreciation to Cpr for supporting and being close to them during the hard times.
As a genocide survivor, COVID-19 hurts us more during this mourning period, as we couldn't go to remember our beloved ones. I still grieve, as I am all by myself. All my family members, 8 of them, were killed and thrown in River Nyabarongo. I would just go and drop a rose there and would ease the pain a bit, but I couldn't. The more difficult part was that due to COVID-19, people didn't come to mourn with us as it used to be, which really made us feel lonely and think about ourselves a lot, thus increasing the pain. We couldn't even go to the memorial sites to remember our people, which hurts.
It is hoped that what was gained in the training that was offered by CPR in collaboration with Feklaha will continue helping members of different churches and Rwandese in general during this time of the COVID-19.